Hey everybody, it's Dave here. How you doing? Are you in the game? You know, the main thing is to keep the main thing the main thing. That's a quote from my buddy Bob Proctor, who I love. But it's true. The main thing is to keep the main thing the main thing. But I think that we have a bigger problem. I think we have too many people that don't have a main thing. And that's why I ask, are you in the game? Well, let me just put it to you bluntly. Do you have a plan? When you get up in the morning, do you write down your goals for the day? If you don't, you're not in the game. Are you working out? Now, I'm telling you, this is something that's very, very important. If you're not doing exercise, I don't care what your age is, as long as you're cleared by a doctor, okay? Um, you got to be exercising. Why? Because you're more efficient as a human being when you're fit. So you got to be exercising. Do you have a plan for that? If you don't, you're not in the game. Are you watching your diet? Are you watching the things that you eat? Are you concerned about the things you put into your body temple? Okay? If you're not in the game. So many people, and I'm going to tell you this, I get hundreds of people that join my business opportunity. And I get these, and I got one, God bless him, I got an email from a guy this morning. And he wants to know, he signs up and he sends me an email. He goes, all right, I signed up. Now what do I do? What's the next step for me? So I sent him an email back. I said, I made a video for you that will help you out, tell you exactly what to do to get started. So I get another email from him. Now in this email that I sent him, it tells him, contact me. Let's Skype. Let's talk on the phone. Let's get a plan together for you. And number two, make sure that you're at our Wisdom Wednesday webcast, because at Wisdom Wednesday, in the last couple of weeks at Wisdom Wednesday, we have had the CEO of the company on. We have had a guy that made $1 million and earned the $1 million ring on our webcast. We have had a blogging pro, an absolute genius at knowing how to blog and how to utilize the system that we already have to be successful. So if you're not doing that, if you're not a part of the process, if you're not involved, if you're not in the game, then forget about it. What are you doing? And this is bigger than just a business opportunity, okay? I don't know too many things that are bigger than a business opportunity other than health and family, right? But it's much, much bigger because it incorporates all of those things. I mean, are you in the game? Are you alive? I have friends, and God bless them. They call me up, and they say, Dave, are you going to watch the game? The game? Are you on your team's website? And look, I like sports, right? And I watch sports, and I do. But when I do that? After I've done my work, okay? I use it as something to chill me out after I've done everything else. It's not the priority. I mean, I know people that go to tailgate parties for college football or even for pro football. They're there all day. All day. I don't have all day. And if you have all day, okay, you're not in the game. Even if you have 10 million banked, okay, and you're still taking your Saturday or your Sunday to hang out, tailgate in a parking lot and drink and, eat bratwurst, you're not in the game, okay? If you care more, and this is the thing that kind of gets me, right? We as a society have an epidemic of distraction, okay? People are there by the tens of thousands to watch other people play a game. And that's totally cool. Or to play music, okay? But you know what? They're the ones in the game. You're not. The people watching are not in the game. They're just there taking up their time watching other people live. And that's the honest to God's truth. Do you want to watch other people live, or do you want to have a life? Because that's what it comes down to. Because look, if you don't have goals that you set every morning, if you don't have a stack of things to do that incorporate your health, your wealth, and your wisdom, if you're not reading, if you're not studying, if you're not having a spiritual life in existence, you're not living. Okay, quit kidding yourself that getting your kids through college is somehow a goal. You know what? It's not a goal. Kids get through college with no parents at all, okay? And it's wonderful that you think that that's a great thing, but college is a huge waste of time, in my opinion. Unless you're going to be a doctor or a nurse or a teacher or in an occupation where you get a degree and that degree is for a specific job and it's what you want to do. Other than that, these people that get music degrees and marketing degrees and it's a waste of time. It's 40K a year waste of time minimum. Believe me, I've done it, okay? Now, my kids go to college, right? Why? Well, because they have something in mind that they're going to do with it. They're not there doing beer bongs, and they're not there, sleeping around. You could do that anywhere. You don't have to go to college to be a scumbag, okay? No offense, but the truth of the matter is those people are not in the game. 90% of the people that go to college are wasting their time, okay? Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Rush Limbaugh, Edison, Ford. I mean, this is not anything new, okay? And I'm married to an educator, and we have this discussion, and to a great extent, she disagrees with me. But that doesn't mean that that doesn't really change anything, okay? Yeah, it's great for a lot of kids in their maturity level to go to college. It's 160,000 minimum for 4 years, and no one gets out in 4 years, okay? So my thing is, you could take 160K, give it to a kid, invest it, send that kid to go get a job, okay, learn how to work, and they'd get out. By the time they were 30, that 160 would turn into 250, and they'd have skills like knowing how to work, and then they can go to college, okay, because they're probably going to go to work for a company or do something knowing what they want to do. But what happens is we got people that are not in the game, okay? They don't have a purpose. They just go to college to go to college. They just if your kids are of that age and you've sent them to college and you're hearing this, you know what? You wasted your money. And you're wasting your time if you're not reinventing yourself. I know, I come down hard on people, but I tell you what, this is what I do all day. I deal with people, and my biggest goal is to help them help themselves. Now, how ridiculous is that? Think about the people that we come from, right? I think about my grandfather, okay? Came over on the boat. He didn't speak any English, okay? And what did he do? He went to work. They were hungry. They had to eat. They went to work, okay? And he got a pension from one place, and then he got a pension from another place, and then he was working well into his 70s, okay? And he busted his butt. I don't agree with doing it that way, but the mentality, he was in the game. To the game that he understood, the things that he knew, he was in the game. Are you in the game? Are you? Are you in the game? Because if I ask you what your main objective in life is, if you can't give me an answer and have a plan in place right now for that, then you're not in the game. Okay, the first thing you got to do, and this is get back to the guy that emailed me, and he keeps emailing me and asking me questions. How do I market this business? Okay, but if you can't pick up the phone and call me, right? If you can't follow the simple instruction that I gave, then what do you think his chances of making it are? And I bend over backwards for the guy. I'll tell him exactly what to do, but I guarantee you, if he can't follow the first instruction, he's not going to follow the second one because he's not in the game. He's waiting for something outside of himself to be the determining factor in his life. You can't do that, okay? Are you in the game? The main thing is to keep the main thing the main thing. If you don't have a main thing, start there. This is Dave. I'm out.